Have you been seeing Luka Doncic since we doing, relationship analogies and, baby, I'm here if you need me. Luka Doncic's revenge body right now, like flexing on his ex in Dallas is something to behold. I don't know how much weight he's actually lost, but he's on this great media tour of letting everybody know, look at the cuts, look at the shoulders, look at how I'm not as round and pudgy anymore. And he looks like a guy that's going to be on a mission going into this season. Are you surprised that he is so open and out with his sort of health journey, or do you think that he was going to just come into training camp looking like an Adonis? Like, what do you make of the PR tour that he's on so far?
Yeah. The rollout is interesting. It seems to be tied to sneaker endorsements, and so
Yeah.
maybe that was the push there. Maybe there's some kind of contractual obligation, but it has been interesting with the focus on his body transformation. Everybody's seeing it. I think if you had truth serum and you talked to some Dallas people, they probably would have said, I don't think he can get to this level, or if he does, something will still go amiss. So let's see how it looks once you hit the floor. But Luka Doncic looks great right now, and this is obviously his team, as has been reported throughout the offseason. This is his Lakers team. Where that leaves LeBron James, we'll see. But as far as the PR rollout, yeah, I mean, he's out there, he's in your face, and to me, he's setting a high expectation. Expectation would be sky high anyway for Luka Doncic, but he's putting it out there in a way that says, I'm a different player. I'm a different athlete right now, and that's what you're going to see on the court, and Dallas is going to be unhappy night in and night out watching me even get out in transition and run the floor and figure things out with this new physique.
It's funny, Ian, like when we look back, and I'm one of these weirdos, I will go and look back in the Wayback Machine about stuff. And I looked at some Luka Doncic film from his rookie season because I was not one of the people who thought Luka was like fat per se, like thicker, you know what I mean, like a big boy, but never viewed him as being like a fat kid. And then I went back and looked at his rookie year film, and I was like, oh my God, this dude was skinny. And he had a lot more wiggle to his game and a lot more athleticism. It's things that you forget. Now, granted, that was, 2018 and everything else, and we had a lot going on since then, but he's been in this big man's body, big boy body, for the past 4 or 5 years, and he's still been averaging 38-8 or 34-8. I don't know if statistically it's going to show, right? I don't know if statistically his game is going to grow in those special ways. I just think it's more or less the effect he has on the game, and maybe his engagement on defense and his stamina. Maybe that's where it helps out more than like from a numbers standpoint, right?
Yeah, I think, look, he showed you no matter what he looks like, how his body is built, he knows how to score, he knows how to get to his spots and get his shot off no matter how he looks or how you're going to guard him. So I agree with you. I don't think much will change there offensively. Maybe it's just how he's continuing to look deep into a playoff run. Maybe that's where it kicks in. Maybe he's healthier over the course of his season. And yeah, defensively, it has to only help if you're coming in and you're looking like he's looked in his appearance at Dykeman, the red carpet of basketball in New York. He showed up there the other night, and yeah, he looks like almost a different person. And I'm sure the Lakers are very excited about this press tour and what it's revealed so far. But what happens in July often has very little to do with what you see in December and February and into May. But so far so good, it seems like, for Luka and the Lakers.
Like, last point, I think we understand this because we're in locker rooms all the time, especially after games. Like, it's really important to make this note to people. What you look like in the summer compared to what you look like when you're playing 3 games in 4 nights and you're about to hop on an airplane and they have a spread of food out for you after a game. Maybe it's steak, maybe it's shrimp, maybe it's not necessarily the most healthiest thing, but you're just trying to replace the calories that you lost because you just got finished running, 2.5 miles or 3 miles or whatever, or the equivalent of that on an NBA court. I'm more concerned or fascinated by how this keeps up throughout the season. Can you keep maybe the drinking, the consumption of, You want to have a beer or two after a game or something like that. Like, what will those choices look like? How will you monitor your own habits throughout the course of a season? And I'll give you this one. At the end of the playoff run or playoff series that won the run, they got waxed in 5 games by the Minnesota Timberwolves. After that 5th game, JJ Redick came out and said, we need everybody in championship shape come training camp. It was very obvious who he was talking about. He wasn't talking about LeBron James. As old as LeBron is, he comes in shape. And I wonder if that is some of that peer pressure is starting to filter down, especially like you said, this is now Luka Doncic's franchise. This is now his team. He has to set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, and no matter what happens with that extension, this is the year where it's going to matter most in terms of what he does or he doesn't do. And so, I think all those factors are at play here. And the JJ Redick, I don't think he says that by accident. I think everything he says, most of the things he says publicly, there's intent behind it. And Luka Doncic certainly got the message.
You don't have to agree, but you have to click subscribe. Debate lives here. Yahoo Sports is where the conversation starts. Bring your takes to the comments.